In a quiet little backyard, on a peaceful sunny afternoon, two unlikely friends enjoyed a moment of perfect harmony. But wait, something was terribly wrong. Where was their loyal friend, Spike? His house stood empty, and a mysterious trail beckoned them toward the forbidden Whisker Woods. Tom trembled with fear, but Jerry knew what friendship demanded. Though his heart raced, he would not abandon their friend. Sometimes courage isn't about being fearless, it's about being loyal. Whisker Woods was unlike any place they'd ever seen. Ancient trees whispered secrets in a language older than memory. The very air shimmered with magic and mystery. Every shadow held 1,000 eyes, every sound a hidden danger. But they pressed on because friendship conquers fear. Then they found it.
Spike's collar! He's in trouble!
Hanging empty,
We
like
have
a
to find
prayer
him.
unanswered. In that moment, the jungle's magic faded, and only one thing mattered: bringing their friend home. The greatest adventures begin with the smallest acts of love. The woods themselves spoke, a voice older than stone, colder than winter, warning them to flee. Lesser heroes would have turned back, but Tom and Jerry, they were not lesser heroes. Fear whispered, "Run," but love roared, "Forward." The jungle was full of surprises, and not all of them were friendly. Well, actually, this one was friendly. Tom just didn't wait to find out. Poor Mr. Serpentine was simply enjoying his morning nap. 10 feet in the air, Tom learned an important lesson: look before you leap. Or in his case, leap before you look. Jerry, small but mighty, soared across the ravine with the grace of an acrobat. Tom, inspired by his friend's courage, attempted the same feat. He had determination, he had bravery, he had everything except a vine that wasn't about to snap. Splash! Sometimes the journey isn't about doing things perfectly. It's about getting back up when you fall and helping each other across. A band of mischievous monkeys had other plans. These cheeky thieves snatched their supplies faster than you could say banana. What followed was the wildest chase in Whisker Woods history. Swinging, running, stumbling, laughing. Tom and Jerry discovered something important. Alone, they struggled, but together, they were getting close. Very close. The old rope bridge had seen better days, better years, perhaps better centuries. One wrong step and the journey would end. But here's the thing about true friends. They don't just face danger together, they become each other's courage. Tom's strength, Jerry's wisdom. Together, they were unstoppable. Step by careful step, trust became their bridge. Exhausted, lost, nearly ready to give up. And then they heard it. That bark, that beautiful, familiar, desperate bark echoing through the trees. In that moment, exhaustion meant nothing. Distance meant nothing. Danger meant nothing. Because love makes you capable of anything. The heart of Whisker Woods, a place forgotten by time, remembered by magic. Ancient stones held ancient secrets, and tonight, under the watchful eye of the moon, those secrets would be revealed. They had arrived, and they were not alone. And then he appeared, the guardian of
Why
Whisker
have you
Woods,
entered my domain?
ancient, powerful, terrifying. Tom's courage, well, it took a brief vacation. But Jerry, this tiny mouse who had every reason to run, who could have fled into the darkness, stood firm, unshakable, because that's what love does. It turns fear into fierce, unstoppable courage. Jerry didn't roar. He didn't fight. He did something far braver. He showed his heart. With trembling paws, he drew a picture in the dust. A friend. A simple stick-figure dog who meant the world. When a tear fell from Jerry's eye, something magical happened. The guardian saw not a tiny mouse, but a giant heart. Sometimes the bravest thing we can do isn't fighting. It's letting someone see us cry. And just like that, everything
he is my friend.
changed. The guardian wasn't a monster at all. He was lonely. He'd been protecting Spike all along, keeping him safe in the ancient temple below, waiting, hoping someone would come who wouldn't run away. Jerry's courage had done something remarkable. It turned fear into friendship, and sometimes that's the greatest magic of all. And so,
This way,
the
friends.
strangest,
Watch your
most
step.
wonderful teams set off
You're
together.
doing great.
A ghost who'd been alone for centuries, a cat who was terrified but loved too much to quit, and a mouse whose courage could light the darkest path. Through the ancient jungle they traveled, each step bringing them closer to their friend. Some journeys aren't about the destination, they're about who walks beside you. One cat,
Hold, Tom,
one
steady.
mouse,
I'm trying.
one
Hang on,
ghost,
Spike, we're
one
almost there.
impossible
Woo.
rescue. Tom pulled with every ounce of strength he had. Jerry directed like a tiny general, and the guardian, he gave Spike wings. Different hearts, different strengths, one purpose, love. And when Spike's paws touched solid ground, when those friends reunited, that's when you remember. The impossible is just something no one's loved enough to achieve yet. Sometimes love looks like a soaking wet cat, covered in grateful dog
Welcome
kisses.
home.
Sometimes it's a tiny mouse hugging a nose bigger than his whole body. Sometimes it's a ghost who waited centuries, finally feeling warmth again. This is what they traveled for, not just to rescue Spike, but to discover what they meant to each other, to learn that family isn't who you're born to, it's who you walk through haunted jungles for. And so they played, hide and seek with a glowing ghost who couldn't hide if he tried, swinging through trees like the world was made of joy, sharing a picnic where the food didn't matter, only the circle. The guardian's glow shifted through every color of happiness because for the first time in forever, he wasn't guarding anything. He was just loved. And isn't that what we're all looking for? Not to be needed, but to be wanted. Not for what we do, but for who we are. All beautiful things must pause, but the best ones, they promise to return. In the dirt, Jerry drew a picture. 4 friends, one promise, we'll come back. And the guardian, who'd spent centuries alone, touched that drawing with magic, because now he had something worth waiting for. The end? No, just until we meet again. Because some goodbyes aren't endings, they're just see you soon, whispered between friends who know that love doesn't need to be together to be real.
Have you ever wanted something so badly that nothing else seemed to matter? Tom certainly has. When he hears whispers of gold hidden deep in the jungle, his heart races with excitement and ambition. Jerry, standing close by, feels something very different. He senses danger, hesitation, and a quiet warning in the air. Still, they move forward together because the promise of reward can be louder than doubt. What they don't know yet is that this journey will test far more than their courage. It will test their choices. The deeper they go, the more magical the jungle becomes. Everything glows, whispers, and moves as if alive. To Tom, it feels like the universe is guiding him straight to success. To Jerry, it feels like a warning, growing louder with every step. This is how temptation works. It dresses danger in beauty and calls it opportunity. Many people mistake excitement for direction, never realizing they're drifting further from what truly matters. Confidence pushes Tom ahead, louder than fear, louder than reason. Jerry pauses, listening to instincts many ignore. Sometimes the danger isn't obvious. It doesn't roar, it whispers. The jungle grows quieter, heavier, as if waiting for a decision to be made. In moments like these, life often asks a simple question. Do you rush forward chasing what shines, or do you stop long enough to understand what it costs? Deep in the jungle, they find traces of those who came before them. Stories carved into stone, warnings left behind for anyone willing to look closely. Jerry senses meaning in every symbol, a quiet message about choices and consequences. Tom hesitates for the first time, doubt slipping into his excitement. Life often leaves us signs like these, reminders written in subtle ways. The question is never whether the signs exist, but whether we slow down enough to understand them. What appears next is not a monster, but a mirror. The jungle ghost does not threaten or chase. It simply shows truth. In its presence, Tom feels something unfamiliar: reflection. It reveals what happens when desire leads and awareness follows too late. Jerry watches quietly, understanding that fear often fades when clarity arrives. Sometimes the greatest lessons come not as punishment, but as gentle truth we can no longer ignore. In that quiet moment, Tom understands. What he chased so fiercely was never meant to be held. The gold was an illusion, shaped by desire and fed by fear. Standing beside him, Jerry represents something far more real: loyalty, patience, presence. When Tom lets go, the weight disappears. Growth often begins not when we gain something, but when we finally release what was never serving us. The moment Tom lets go, everything changes. The jungle no longer feels heavy or hostile. Without the weight of obsession, each step feels lighter, clearer. Jerry walks beside him, not as a warning voice anymore, but as a reminder of what stayed true all along. This is what clarity feels like. When desire loosens its grip, the world doesn't shrink, it opens. Not every journey ends with treasure in hand. Some end with understanding in the heart. Tom looks back, not with regret, but with gratitude. The jungle gave him something far more valuable than gold. It gave him awareness. Many people walk away from moments like these unchanged. Growth happens when we choose to carry the lesson forward. In the end, the true treasure was never hidden in the jungle. It was found in the choice to let go. Each of us chases something, believing it will finally make us whole. Sometimes peace arrives when we stop chasing and start understanding. Ask yourself today, what are you holding on to that may be holding you back? When you choose awareness, the path forward becomes clear. Sometimes growth doesn't feel loud or dramatic. Sometimes it feels like quiet understanding. Tom sits with his thoughts, realizing that peace arrived not when he won, but when he stopped chasing. Jerry stays close, reminding us that support often speaks without words. In these silent moments, lessons sink deeper than any reward ever could. Every lesson leaves us with a choice: stay where we are or walk forward differently. Tom and Jerry choose to move ahead, not chasing illusions, but carrying awareness with them. This is how real change begins. Not overnight, not perfectly, but intentionally, one steady step at a time. In the end, the greatest treasure is not something we find, but something we become. When we let go of what misleads us, we make space for clarity, balance, and peace. If this story resonated with you, take a moment to reflect on your own journey. Share it with someone who needs it. And remember, true growth begins the moment you choose awareness over illusion. Reflection often comes when everything finally grows quiet. As the fire crackles softly, Tom understands that chasing never truly ends unless we decide to stop. Jerry rests easily, reminding us that peace is not complicated. It simply asks for presence. In moments like these, lessons settle gently, shaping who we become next. Every new day offers a quiet reset. Yesterday's lessons don't weigh us down, they guide us forward. Tom wakes lighter, no longer driven by restless wanting. Jerry greets the morning with ease. This is what renewal looks like. Not dramatic change, but steady clarity that carries into each new beginning. Every story eventually invites us to continue our own. Tom and Jerry walk forward, not richer in gold, but richer in understanding. As you move ahead in your life, remember this lesson: what you release can matter more than what you gain. Choose clarity, choose balance, and keep walking forward with awareness. Sometimes the journey teaches more than the destination ever could. From high above, Tom and Jerry see how far they've come, not in steps taken, but in awareness gained. We all have hills to climb, where pausing, reflecting, and looking back gives perspective. Growth often asks for quiet observation before the next adventure. Curiosity often leads to discovery, sometimes unexpected. Tom leans in too quickly, surprised by life's little lessons, while Jerry observes patiently. Life mirrors this river. What appears calm may hide surprises, and what seems small may teach the greatest truths. Being present allows us to see these moments clearly. As the sun sets, Tom and Jerry reflect on everything they've learned. The gold they chased no longer matters. What matters is awareness, friendship, and presence. Life often gives us lessons in subtle ways, and the most important ones arrive when we pause and simply watch. Remember, the journey matters more than the reward. Sometimes awe reminds us why curiosity matters. Tom stops chasing and simply watches, marveling at what surrounds him. Jerry observes with calm focus. Life often hides beauty in unexpected places. When we pause, we notice the world in ways that can teach us far more than any treasure ever could.
True calm is not absence of movement, but presence of awareness. Tom and Jerry sit quietly, letting the jungle teach them stillness. Growth isn't always action. Sometimes it's breathing, observing, and simply being. In these quiet moments, understanding deepens and the heart feels at ease.
Moments of joy remind us why the journey matters. Tom and Jerry celebrate not wealth, but awareness, friendship, and discovery. Life gives color to our paths when we notice it. Happiness often blooms quietly in recognition of growth and the small victories along the way. Every step forward is a choice. Tom walks with awareness now, no longer led blindly by desire. Jerry's playful curiosity mirrors the patience that guides real growth. Life opens up when we step mindfully, noticing the journey as much as the destination. The path may twist, but clarity lights the way. Curiosity continues to guide them. Tom sees possibilities. Jerry notices details. Together, they explore with awareness, balancing excitement with care. Life rewards both courage and mindfulness. Chasing too hard can blind, but moving thoughtfully illuminates hidden wonders. The journey itself becomes a treasure. Sometimes the view ahead is daunting. Tom leans into the unknown, curiosity mingled with caution. Jerry reminds us that being mindful doesn't mean standing still. It means moving carefully, observing, and embracing what comes next. Challenges show us what we're capable of when we balance courage and wisdom. Adventure often rewards attention. Tom peers into the water, discovering surprises he never expected. Jerry's cautious curiosity balances his excitement. Life is full of hidden lessons. Sometimes they are playful, sometimes profound. Watching carefully allows us to see what others might miss, turning small moments into meaningful discoveries. Challenges appear on the path, testing balance and focus. Tom's missteps remind us that courage without care can be risky. Jerry shows how awareness and precision guide safe passage. Life often places obstacles to teach balance. When we combine bravery with mindfulness, the journey continues safely, even in uncertainty. Sometimes the greatest lessons come at the end of a day. Tom and Jerry look outward, understanding that growth is a journey, not a destination. Each step, stumble, and pause has shaped them. Life's horizon is wide and inviting when we choose awareness, courage, and presence. Remember, every day offers new lessons and new beginnings.
Even in quiet moments, life teaches. Tom marvels at the simple stream, finding joy in what he once overlooked. Jerry observes patiently, understanding that attention reveals meaning. Growth often comes quietly, in small discoveries, reminding us to notice the beauty in everyday moments.
At night, the world whispers quiet lessons. Tom and Jerry rest, reflecting on their journey. Often, understanding deepens in stillness when we pause to notice what surrounds us. Life's truths are not always shouted. They are observed, absorbed, and appreciated in moments like these. Every new day brings perspective. Tom and Jerry stand tall, taking in what they've learned and the world before them. Adventure, reflection, and awareness combine to create true growth. Life is an open horizon, waiting for those willing to move forward with curiosity, courage, and mindfulness. True growth requires presence. Tom and Jerry sit quietly, observing the world and their own thoughts. Sometimes progress comes not from action, but from stillness. Awareness, patience, and reflection guide us to see what really matters in life. In quiet, we find understanding.
Life rewards those who remain curious. Tom and Jerry playfully engage with their surroundings, reminding us that wonder is timeless. Small discoveries, joy, and attention to the present cultivate a richer, more meaningful journey. Every moment holds the potential for insight and happiness.
The greatest discoveries aren't always tangible. Tom and Jerry marvel at the vast valley below, realizing that perspective changes everything. Life's horizons expand when we step back, breathe, and observe. Adventure and reflection go hand in hand, showing us what truly matters beyond fleeting desires.
The greatest discoveries aren't always tangible. Tom and Jerry marvel at the vast valley below, realizing that perspective changes everything. Life's horizons expand when we step back, breathe, and observe. Adventure and reflection go hand in hand, showing us what truly matters beyond fleeting desires. Curiosity keeps life vibrant. Tom and Jerry explore each small detail with enthusiasm, showing us that wonder is everywhere. Paying attention, even to simple things, enriches our journey. Life's magic often hides in what we take for granted, if only we look closely and engage fully. Celebration isn't about trophies, it's about growth and awareness. Tom and Jerry look back on their journey, understanding that lessons learned are the real treasures. Every challenge overcome, every moment observed enriches the soul. Life's victories are measured in clarity, friendship, and the courage to continue. Sometimes the smallest wonders teach the greatest lessons. Tom and Jerry notice the beauty around them, showing us that joy comes from attention and presence. Life becomes richer when we pause, observe, and allow ourselves to be amazed by simple miracles. Awareness turns ordinary moments into treasures. Magic often hides in plain sight. Tom and Jerry discover that paying attention brings unexpected delights. Life offers moments of wonder if we move with curiosity and openness. True adventure is noticing, exploring, and celebrating the small marvels around us.
Celebration is found in presence, awareness, and shared experiences. Tom and Jerry's joy reminds us that life is richest when we notice beauty, embrace curiosity, and move forward together. True treasure is the laughter, wonder, and connection discovered along the way. The end of a day offers lessons and reflection. Tom and Jerry look back on their journey, understanding that growth comes from curiosity, courage, and mindfulness. Life's true treasures are the experiences, discoveries, and friendships that shape us along the way. Pause, reflect, and carry the lessons forward. Playfulness teaches resilience. Tom and Jerry show us that embracing fun and curiosity keeps life vibrant. Moments of lightheartedness remind us to stay flexible, engaged, and present. Even small actions can bring joy and lessons when approached with attention and awareness. Each new day is a chance to start fresh. Tom and Jerry greet the sunrise with excitement and awareness. Life rewards those who approach it with curiosity, courage, and a willingness to explore. Every horizon holds possibilities. Take the step, notice the moment, and move forward with presence. Adventure reveals unexpected wonders. Tom and Jerry experience the magic hidden in the jungle, showing that paying attention allows discovery. Life is filled with surprises waiting to be noticed. Curiosity and courage transform ordinary moments into extraordinary lessons. At times, the unknown calls us forward. Tom and Jerry show that approaching challenges with awareness and courage reveals lessons unseen. Life often presents mystery before clarity. Observing, being present, and moving thoughtfully allows us to navigate uncertainty and grow. The view ahead reminds us why the journey matters. Tom and Jerry reflect on their growth, realizing that curiosity, courage, and mindfulness lead to discovery. Life's horizons are vast, and each step forward teaches a new lesson. Growth is the true treasure. Life's lessons often arrive in playful moments. Tom and Jerry embrace curiosity and delight, showing that joy and learning go hand in hand. Observing, engaging, and celebrating small wonders teaches resilience, presence, and gratitude.
Every sunrise offers a fresh perspective. Tom and Jerry show that beginnings bring opportunity when approached with curiosity and courage. Life rewards those who embrace new moments with awareness, excitement, and presence.
Curiosity transforms ordinary moments into magical experiences. Tom and Jerry remind us to look closely, engage fully, and appreciate the wonders around us. Life's magic appears when we notice, explore, and celebrate the beauty of the present. Sometimes the unknown calls us forward. Tom and Jerry's cautious curiosity reminds us that exploring uncertainty can reveal hidden treasures. Life's challenges often hold lessons for those willing to face them with courage and attention.
Magic often appears in unexpected places. Tom and Jerry show that approaching life with wonder and courage transforms ordinary moments into extraordinary experiences. The journey is as important as the destination. Each discovery teaches and inspires. As the day fades, lessons remain. Tom and Jerry reflect on their adventure, realizing that growth, courage, and curiosity guide every step. Life is a journey of observation, learning, and presence. Every experience adds depth, teaching us to appreciate both challenges and joys. The unknown often beckons with both promise and uncertainty. Tom and Jerry remind us that stepping forward, even when unsure, is how we discover new lessons. Courage and curiosity illuminate paths that fear would hide. Sometimes the rewards of exploration are dazzling. Tom and Jerry's amazement shows that curiosity and courage reveal treasures hidden in unexpected places. Life's wonders await those willing to venture forward with attention and heart. Life's magic often comes in fleeting, delicate moments. Tom and Jerry's wonder reminds us that attention, curiosity, and presence transform ordinary experiences into lasting lessons. Even the smallest lights can illuminate the path to understanding. Each sunrise brings a fresh chance to grow. Tom and Jerry show us that curiosity, courage, and presence illuminate new possibilities. Life's treasures are found in embracing each day with wonder and awareness. Wonder is found in the details. Tom and Jerry's playful curiosity reminds us that engagement and attention reveal hidden joy. Life's magic emerges when we explore with open hearts and minds. Life's horizons expand when we pause and observe. Tom and Jerry's reflection on the journey shows that growth comes from curiosity, courage, and mindfulness. Every step forward brings new understanding, perspective, and wonder. Looking up reminds us of the vastness of life. Tom and Jerry's awe teaches us that curiosity and presence open our minds to endless possibilities. Reflection under the stars inspires gratitude, perspective, and wonder. Every new day offers opportunity. Tom and Jerry show that embracing mornings with curiosity and courage sets the tone for growth. Life rewards those who move forward with awareness, joy, and an open heart. The journey reaches its joyful conclusion. Tom and Jerry remind us that growth, courage, curiosity, and presence create life's true treasures. Every moment, every discovery, and every shared experience adds richness to our journey. Celebrate the path you travel and carry its lessons forward. That night, the cold felt endless. Snow fell quietly as Jerry walked alone, with no place left to go. Then Jerry saw Tom, and for a moment, hope returned. Jerry stepped closer, trusting him, but Tom didn't move. Inside Tom's heart, anger and fear battled with guilt. He remembered the trouble, the fights, the pain, and chose silence instead of kindness. Jerry admitted he had nowhere else to go. Still, he trusted Tom enough to reach out his paw. Tom looked away, and in that single moment, everything between them began to break. Without saying a word, Tom turned his back and walked away. Jerry stood frozen, unable to understand what was happening. He tried to follow, slipped in the snow, and fell hard. His cries echoed through the alley, unanswered.
Tom disappeared into the storm. Jerry was left behind, alone with the cold. Curled against the wall, Jerry shivered violently. The night felt longer than ever before. Memories filled his mind. Laughter, shared moments, a friendship that once felt unbreakable. A faint smile appeared, then faded.
Jerry?
Snow slowly covered his tiny footprints. His breathing grew weaker with every passing second. Snow slowly covered his tiny footprints. His breathing grew weaker with every passing second. Far away, Tom slowed his steps. An unbearable weight pressed against his chest. He looked at his hands and realized the truth. Leaving Jerry had been a mistake. Jerry whispered Tom's name one last time. The cold drained the rest of his strength. Suddenly, Tom remembered all the times Jerry had protected him. Fear replaced pride. Tom turned around and ran. He called Jerry's name, his voice breaking with panic. But Jerry collapsed into the snow. The night showed no mercy. When Tom reached the alley, his heart dropped. Jerry lay still. Tom lifted him carefully, begging him to wake up. His hands trembled with regret. Jerry slowly opened his eyes. He smiled, not with anger, but relief. Jerry's paw touched Tom's finger gently, then slipped away. Tom held Jerry tightly, refusing to let him go. Determination burned in his eyes. He dashed through the snow, every step urgent. Jerry's fragile body rested against him. At last, the warm glow of safety appeared. Jerry stirred, sensing he was almost home. Finally, Tom carried Jerry inside. Warmth enveloped them both. Tom laid Jerry on the rug. Finally, he could rest. Jerry slowly stood, feeling warmth again. Hope returned with every cautious step.
Tom sat beside him, watching carefully. Jerry felt the warmth and trust return. Jerry took a careful step toward Tom. Every motion was full of cautious hope. Tom reached out a paw toward him. Jerry hesitated, then stepped closer. At last, Jerry climbed into Tom's arms. Relief and warmth washed over them both. They rested together by the fire. For the first time in hours, the world felt safe. They rested together by the fire. For the first time in hours, the world felt safe. Jerry looked up at Tom and smiled. Trust and forgiveness returned quietly. Tom looked at Jerry with deep care. Every glance spoke of forgiveness and love.
Toto time! Toto